Welcome back. President Trump is being indicted again, this time over the classified documents stored at Mar-a-Lago. The former president writing on Truth Social, he's been summoned to appear at the federal courthouse in Miami this upcoming Tuesday, saying that he's an innocent man. This marks the first time in history that the Justice Department has brought charges against a former president. Joining me now, Harvard Law Professor Emeritus and the author of Get Trump, The Threat to Civil Liberties, Due Process, and Our Constitutional Rule of Law. A must-read book by Alan Dershowitz. Alan is here now. Alan, thanks very much for joining me this morning. Your reaction to this latest indictment, a second indictment of Trump?
Well, if this indictment is as weak as it appears to be from what has been disclosed so far, it may be the most dangerous indictment in political history. As everybody knows, it's the first time that a man who was the leading candidate against the incumbent president has been indicted by the incumbent administration in an effort to prevent him from running. Even the New York Times calls this a politically momentous case. And if you have a politically momentous case like this, it better be the strongest obstruction of justice case in the history of the country. Certainly, it has to be at least as strong as the case against Richard Nixon, which we will remember led not the Democrats to demand his resignation, but Republicans. His own colleagues came to him and said, this case is so strong that we can't support you. I haven't seen any suggestion that Republicans agree with this indictment. Now, there may be smoking guns. We don't know. We haven't seen it. Until Tuesday, we'll have leaks and suggestions, but we won't see it. But the three charges that have been suggested so far, lying, conspiracy to obstruct justice, and holding on to classified material that President Trump has said he believes he declassified himself, sound like very, very weak case on which to go after the leading candidate against your president. So it's an extraordinarily dangerous indictment, potentially dangerous to the rule of law, dangerous to the neutral application of criminal justice, and dangerous to establishing a precedent that each side will weaponize the criminal justice system against their political opponents. That's not America.
No, it's not America. And equally as extraordinary are the charges against President Biden that are going unnoticed by the mainstream media, ignored by the Democrats entirely. The fact that James Comer has produced bank records to show that he's been able to identify $10 million at least that the Biden family has taken in from foreign nationals. Peter Schweitzer says the number is $31 million that he's identified, largely from China. And now this indictment yesterday of Trump happened on the same day that the whistleblower said, yes, Joe Biden accepted $5 million from Burisma in exchange for policy decisions. No conversation about that, Alan.